Good morning, students. Today I am going to start your fourth chapter, distribution of oceans and continents. So, first of all, in the beginning, I want to discuss with you about this continental drift. So, continental drift was a theory that explained how continents shift position on Earth's surface. Set forth in 1992 by Alfred Wegener, a geophysicist and meteorologist. It also shows why look-alike animals and plant fossils and similar rocks formation are found on different continents. Many scientists thought of this similarity and considered the possibility of the two Americas, Europe and Africa, to be once joined together. It was recorded by Abraham Ortelius. Now, according to Alfred Wegener, all the continents formed a single continental mass and mega oceans surrounded the same. Pangea is a Greek word which means all earth. The mega ocean was called Panthalassa, meaning all water. According to him, around 200 million years ago, the supercontinent Pangaea began to split. It first broke into two large continental masses as Laurasia and Gondwana land. So about this Gondwana land, I think have you studied in class 9th also. In the northern and southern hemisphere. So they divide it, split it into northern and southern hemisphere respectively. These two continue to break apart into various smaller continents that exist today. Now I want to discuss with you point wise. So first is Laurasia and Gondwana land came nearer to each other and peninsular India started drifting towards the northeast. Second point, the sediment deposition in Tethys Sea suffered folding and Himalayas and Alps were formed. So Himalayas are formed of sedimentary deposition and that's why they are weak mountains. Okay, when this Australian and Eurasian plate they collided, so this Tethys Sea was formed, and this Tethys Sea was formed. It is made up of sediment, deposition of sediments only. Sedimentary rocks are there, and these are very weak, so that's why Himalayas they are weak, and that's why they are very prone to earthquake in India, Himalayan region especially. Third point, Atlantic Ocean became 1000 km wide due to westward drift. The westward drift of the Americans also resulted in the wrinkling of their western edges and Rockies and Andes. So where is Rockies mountain? It is in North America. Andes in South America. Andes is the longest one mountains in the world. Were formed. The continents assumed a shape somewhat similar to the present shape in the Palestinians is about 50-60 million years ago. Now we will discuss about evidences in support of continental drift. So there are so many evidences. Total there are 6. But when it is asked to explain the theory, and you have to write these evidences, so with theory you have to write about only 2 or 3, like that, not all. Sometimes they asked separately, like tillite have placer deposits and jigsaw fit. Similar, separately they ask, so then you have to write single one. Otherwise, with this theory you have to explain 2 or 3. Evidences in support of the continental drift. The matching of continents jigsaw fit. The shared line of Africa and South America facing each other have a remarkable and unmistakable match. In 1964, Bullard, using a computer program in 1964, showed that the Atlantic Ocean was found not on the coast but at 1000 fathom unit of the present shoreline. Now rocks of same age across the oceans. Now next evidence is rocks. First evidence we have discussed the matching of continents. It is jigsaw fit. If you see the world map, so these all the continents, their boundary line, it is not a smooth one. It is different shapes are there. Rocks of the same age across the oceans. This belt of ancient rocks of 2000 million years from Brazil coast matches with those from the Western Africa. The earliest marine of South America and Africa are of Jurassic age. Now next one is tillite. Tillite are sedimentary rocks formed out of deposits of glaciers. Gondwana system of sediments from India is known to have its counterpart in 6 different land masses, of southern hemisphere: Africa, Falkland Island, Madagascar, Antarctica and Australia. So what are tillites? Tillites are sedimentary rocks formed out of deposits of glaciers. Now fourth is placer deposits. Discovery of rich deposits of gold in the Ghana coast and complete absence of source of rock in the region is an amazing fact. The gold bearing veins are in Brazil and make it obvious that the gold deposits of Ghana are derived from Brazil plateau when the two continents lay side by side. So you can say this is South American and Africa continent. These plates they laid together once, then after drifting they separated. Now fifth one is distribution of fossils. The identical species of plants and animals adapted to live on land or in fresh water are found on either side of marine barriers. According to observations that lemurs occur in India, Madagascar and Africa, led some to consider a contiguous, means next to each other, landmass Laurasia, linking these 3 landmasses. Now force for drifting. Now question rises that from where these continents they get the force of drifting. So these two sources, one is pole fleeing and second is the tidal force. So first is, according to Wegener, the movement responsible for the drifting of continents are pole fleeing and tidal. Pole fleeing is related to the rotation of the earth on its own axis, as a result of which material moves from the poles towards the equator of the earth. Earth has bulges at the equator. It is due to the rotation of the earth. This is very important point of this chapter. Now second is the tidal force. It is due to the attraction of the moon and the sun, which causes tides in the oceans. These forces would become effective when applied over many years, many million years. So tidal force is due to the attraction of moon and the sun. So why moon force it is more attractive than comparison to sun? Because sun is far away from the earth and moon is nearer to the earth, and moon is the natural satellite of the earth. So it exerts more force, gravitational force, in comparison to the sun. So that's why these tides are caused. That's all, and tomorrow I will continue this lecture, and in that lecture I will discuss with you about post drift studies. Drifting is there. Today we have studied about the drifting of the continents. Now what happened after the drifting of the continents, that we will study in the next lecture. Okay.